Welcome back to the Crouch Peak podcast, everybody. As always, I am your host, Lucas at Dust2, and as always, a part of the Dust2 network. You can find us on Twitter at Crouch_Peak. And a little bit of a quick turnaround from the previous episode. This time, I'm doing an interview with Mr. Josh JBA of Limitless. Hello, Josh. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for spending time with me. Anybody who's unfamiliar with this 18-year-old prodigy, he was very recently named number one in the player voted power rankings for advanced talent heading into season 41. So high praises from fellow talents trying to make it to ECL. He's now with the likes of Stamina, who is a renowned in-game leader. He's dropped down to advanced, now working with this guy. So obviously high praises. Obviously you caught wind of, getting number one out of the player rankings. So can you kind of just walk me through like what your mindset was when you saw that, when you kind of saw that it was getting passed around? Did you kind of expect to be rated that high or what?
I expect to be in like top 10, top 5.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think that you do that kind of sets you apart from everybody else? Because obviously you're young. There's a big gap of experience between like a lot of players in advance, obviously, and you're definitely a younger guy. So what sets you apart, would you say?
I just grind the game a lot. I play deathmatch, KZ, pugs, scrims, everything, every day.
Okay. So I guess that kind of jumps me into that next question. What's a warm up look like? I know people are really obsessed with like 2 hours of deathmatch here, 1 hour of this there, scrim, smoke prac, et cetera, et cetera. So like, what's a standard day of warm up or practice look like for you?
Um, every day I work on my aim and my movement. So like 2 hours of deathmatch a day and like 30 minute KZ, something like that.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I feel like KZ and Surf are two things that aren't always discussed when players are talking about warming up and stuff like that. Like just kind of getting more like loose, I guess. I feel like that's not discussed enough, but I don't know. So regarding like the pro scene, because kind of we discussed before, I guess the interview started, and you mentioned kind of your upbringing through the likes of CS. You mentioned you had some friends that played it and stuff. Were there any pro players that kind of drew you into the game, or like now as a player, are there any players like at the professional level that you draw inspiration from?
Not anybody recently, but when I was up and coming trying to go pro, or like now, Stewie 2K was always the one I looked up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it more of like a mindset thing or like a play style thing from him, or is it like the whole package?
Just the whole package.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah, that dude definitely is a winner when it comes to
Yeah.
he definitely brought a mindset in that we were lacking. So we talked about stamina. He's a commodity in North America as far as like in-game leading is concerned. We know what he did with Strife. He's now with Limitless. What does he do to improve your game? And in your opinion, what does he do that makes him a good in-game leader from your perspective? Because everybody shared their opinions from the third party. So what do you see?
He just cares a lot about the game, has passion for it. He wants the best for everybody on the team, and he offers one-on-one help whenever like we need it. He's been teaching us a lot of stuff, so yeah.
Okay. Day to day, does what does he kind of bring to you? Would you say like does he help you more? How do I word this? I don't want to obviously reveal too much, but like I guess because there's different kinds of in-game leaders and how they tackle things tactically and stuff. Is he like a bookworm kind of guy where he's kind of pushing you to study more, or like what does he do to kind of shape your mind differently? Does he do really anything, or is he just kind of letting you free flow and just get frags?
Um, he just says just get on every day,
Yeah,
watch demos, practice your aim, all that stuff.
more intangible
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Kind of like making sure everything at the ground level is taken care of.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so obviously, throughout the rest of the top 10, there was three limitless players on there: Stamina, Scar, and then you, of course. Everyone's talking about how special this team is. I made a little comment calling you guys the advanced juggernaut. Can you tell me firsthand, like what you think, and like as far as how far this team can go? Do you believe the hype, or are you kind of like staying grounded in it, or are you like, no, we have the best team here, and I have extremely high hopes for this season?
Yeah, so I do have high hopes for the season.
Yeah,
I think we're like at least top three,
yeah.
if not higher. And the ceiling for this team is really high. We just have to work really hard every day.
Okay, I like that. So ECL is the goal for you guys. It sounds like then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, one of our main goals is to make it to like a Europe land in the next 9 months.
Ooh, that's awesome. We love that. Okay, so that kind of bridges into the next question. You're talking about going to Europe. Obviously, you need some organizational support with that. We've seen the increase in interest with Limitless. Obviously, Graham Glasgow comes in, Denver Broncos lineman. Can you kind of walk me through like what it means to be a part of an organization that appears at least to care a lot about its CS division? Kind of walk me through your experiences with Limitless, just because there's not a lot of orgs in the region right now that kind of are doing what they're doing. So, what's your opinion on them?
Limitless is the best org I've been with, hands down, and I don't think anybody's like in this scene
Yeah.
in the lower tier is as good as them. X13 was also really good, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I've been getting those vibes from Limitless as well. They've just been kind of like surging as of late, and they've been, obviously got Graham coming in. So yeah, it's been cool to see the moves that they made, and their ownership is really vocal on Twitter and stuff. So it's really cool to see the hard work pay off. Um, so kind of pivoting to your other top 10 teammate, Scar, Rifler. Can you kind of walk me through him as well as a talent for individuals who don't know about him? Obviously, Stamina is a lot more renowned as a talent. So tell me about Scar for those who are unfamiliar with him. What does he bring?
Scar is just a really solid teammate. He's nice, cares about everybody, and he can shoot really good. So, yeah,
He shoots real good. I like that.
yeah,
That's like fundamental for the shooter.
yeah, yeah,
So okay. I did a little digging on your Twitter. Obviously, nothing too bad. Pretty
yeah,
young,
yeah.
pretty young account, obviously. So I went back just doing some digging, see what I can find on you. I did see in August of 2020, you tweeted, "I'm winning a major one day," and this is like everyone's favorite thing to do. We look back on like
Mhm.
Zeus when he said like, "I'm winning a major," and he did. So you're like surging at 18 years old. Everybody in advance is raving about you. You're talking about making Europe. So, I mean, this goes without saying, but I feel like I need to ask you anyway. It sounds like you're pretty serious about winning a major. Is that the goal? Is the goal? Because, at advanced, there's a lot of times where players kind of run into this decision. Is this something I really want to commit to? So, is that the goal here? Is pro and major? Is that the goal?
Yeah, major is just the major goal right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the only thing I want to do.
that's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm gonna keep working towards it till I get it.
That's awesome. Okay. That's fantastic. I guess for my own curiosity, how many hours a week would you say you put in? I mean, you're 18, you got tons of time, so
Yeah, this summer it's been averaging like 120.
wow, that's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. Well, congratulations on making number
Thank
one.
you.
Obviously the work's paying off. I guess there's people out there, 18, 19, 20 year olds, even younger in advance. They look at you. Obviously, a bunch of people voted for you. It kind of sounds weird, but they kind of look up to you, at least from a mechanical and like from a player perspective. So, I guess regarding the grind and just kind of putting in the work and stuff like that. Do you have any words to offer, any perspective, any insight, anything like that?
Um, no, not really.
Okay. All right. Well, just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got from you, or for you, excuse me, Josh. For anyone who doesn't see right at the bottom of his camera, you can find him at JBA FPS. Support his team, Limitless. Support him. They'll be starting off. When's your first match this season?
Um, 15th, I think.
15th.
So,
Okay. So
yeah.
coming up, just 5 days. I know the season's already kicking off, so a few days until your first game. Who's it against?
Whiffies. I think they're a move up.
Okay. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's they're a mixed team, I believe, right? I
Yeah.
think Node's on that team, believe it or not.
Mm.
I'd have to double check, but either way, not important. So, either way, guys, thanks so much for just sticking around. I know it wasn't gonna take too long. Thanks for coming in and just listening to this quick interview. Thanks for taking time out of your day, Josh. Anybody
Yep.
support him on Twitter, support the podcast, support Does too. We're gonna get this bad boy whipped up into a text-based article as well, so you can read all that good stuff on does2.us. And that's it for me. So if nothing else, have a good day, guys.